Today we're jumping right into it. I'm giving you guys 3 pro tips to win more gunfights. Starting off with this clip right here. Let's go ahead and watch it and then we're going to break it down. All right, so let's go ahead and break down this clip. As you can see, we are fighting a full team of 4 with loadout. This is not casuals. These are just regular players. They're not bots. Well, technically they're kind of bots because we slammed them, but you get the idea. We are finessing here and trying to kill these last 3 players. We have no plates. We know we need to go loot some plates up. What I want you guys to focus on here, and tip number 1 for this video, is our finesse ability and how we play cover. Okay, I'm going to talk about it more as we go on, but as you can see, I'm kind of playing the cover of these pillars. I'm playing the covers of this head glitch right here. I'm trying to get some good peeks. We catch this guy slipping, full sending us. We're playing cover on the box to break this guy's camera. We go up for the full kill. I actually didn't mean to fall out there, but we go up for the full kill. We get both these full kills. As you can see, we get shot in the back through this window. Boom, we're playing cover immediately again. We're staying really tight to these walls, and this is what I want to focus on. Obviously, we kind of finesse this guy. We're able to get our plates in, reset the fight, and pick up this easy kill right here. And this is really what I want to focus on. And when I'm talking about playing off of cover, a lot of you guys don't know what that means. So I'm going to make it basically as... This is the number 1 way I've been able to teach this that has just resonated instantly with players. And what I want you to do is feel as if, here, I'll kind of use this as a demonstration, feel as if the walls or different objects have magnets in them. Okay, imagine one big magnet in your body and then one big magnet on the walls, right? Imagine these all just have giant magnets and they're pulling you towards the walls. That's how I want you guys to play. In other words, I want you to be magnetic, as close as you can and as tight as you can to cover. Now watch when we reset this here. Okay, watch when we reset this. You're gonna start to see that I'm playing magnets to the wall. I'm playing magnets to the pillar. I'm playing off of cover. Okay, that's what I want you guys to think, as if there's magnets pulling you guys to the wall, because you're gonna constantly playing really tight to cover. Okay, we play tight to cover there. Then we come out here. We play this head glitch, all right? Like I said, we catch this guy slipping on the right side. Boom, we get that knock, and then boom, right here, I'm tight to cover. I'm tight to this exact box right here. When we talk about magnets, imagine there's magnets right here. Same exact thing. Playing tight to cover, so then when we break away from it, we can end up breaking our enemies' cameras, just like we did right here. Boom. Then furthermore, we're going to talk about the magnets once again. We go ahead and get this re-down. We get the fulls. As soon as we get shot in the back, watch what happens here. Okay, notice what I do. Boom, right to cover. My shoulder is literally touching the box. I'm playing cover. Then furthermore, I tuck myself in this corner. So I'm sorry, it got really blurry there. Playing cover once again, finessing. I'm using that cover. I was super tight to the wall, was able to finesse that guy, and he had to jump off so that we were able to pick up this easy kill. So what I want you guys to think about is playing as if you're the cover, the walls, the pillars, whatever it may be, have magnets. You are magnetized to them and you are playing extremely tight to cover. Let's break this down one more time before we move on to the next tip. All right, now we're here in Verdansk just to drive home this point of being magnetized to cover. I want you guys to start practicing this while you're running throughout the map. So whether you play big map or rebirth, start practicing this today. As you can see, I can just pretend like someone is chasing me behind me. I can run up these stairs. I can play tight to this cover. I can kind of shoulder them. Oh, somebody's out here. I'm in casuals at the moment, so I'm going to kind of give you an example of that. But as you can see, wait, that was a real guy. I wasn't actually expecting that. I was going to use the bot as an example, but that was actually a real person. Oh, And we got another one. Okay, so here's a good way to finesse, right? I'm gonna stay tight to cover. I can shoulder really easily like that. Once again, I can play this shoulder. I'm playing tight to cover. I can slide back off of the cover. But once again, once I'm there, I'm right back to cover. And as you can see, we can just easily finesse our opponents. Once again, I'm in casuals here, so these guys aren't actually very good. I don't know if that was a real guy or not, but I want you guys to start practicing this as you move throughout the map, right? Pretend like you're running up here, finesse around this corner, shoulder, pop up here, hide behind this wall right here. As you can see, there's a lot of different ways that you can just play cover just by using that feeling of being magnetized to cover. Long gone are the days of you guys coming around here, kind of like playing out in the open, shooting out from this far behind cover. No, be glued to your cover no matter where you go. I want you to feel that like magnetized feeling. That's why I keep saying it over and over, because I want you guys to practice this. And this is something you can easily practice. You don't even have to have opponents near you. You can literally just practice running around the map like this. I can just like kind of like peek around here, stay really tight to cover here. I can drop down, finesse through this window right here, right? And I'm kind of just like staying really tight to my cover. It's easy to finesse like that. It's going to throw your opponents off, and it's going to really help you play your life, especially when you're plating up like we were in that example clip. So I hope that helps. Be magnetized to cover and start practicing this in your gameplay today. All right, pro tip number 2, and this one sounds so basic because at the core it really is, but a lot of people that I watch or that I coach do not pay attention to this. And this is what I call sealing. It is simply aiming, right? And having your gun ready. We're going to talk about what I mean by sealing here in a second, but essentially, let's say there's somebody around this corner. We don't know exactly where they're at. A good way to make sure you are ready for the gunfight is by sealing this corner. So having your centering, yes, around this corner, right? We've talked about predictive centering. If we know they're back there already, we know for sure they're back there, like we've shouldered them, and then we can predictive center them. That's one thing. But sealing is when we don't really know where the enemy is around the corner. So we're going to seal this edge with our center dot and then be able to engage. Or obviously, if we want to challenge them in a bit of a better way, we're going to seal this corner by jump sliding or sliding around the corner. And I'm going to simply seal this corner with my aim. As you can see, while I'm turning the corner, I'm basically sealing this corner until I see the enemy. Okay, let's say the enemy is this box right here. Okay, I don't know exactly where they're at. Let's say it's this box right here. I'm going to seal this corner until I see them and then shoot, because my gun is always up and ready to go. So that's what I mean by sealing. What happens a lot of times is some of you guys come around this corner and you kind of just like slide and boom, they could be to the right, they could be to the left, but you haven't sealed this corner correctly. So you're not really going to be able to get good shots right away on them, right? If I'm sliding this corner, I'm going to be actively looking for my opponent, and then once I can see him, I'm going to be firing. And we all know that if we're sliding out, we're breaking the enemy's camera, or in other words, we're able to see them before they see us. So if our gun is ready to do that, I'll try to give you an example right here with this bot. Once again, we're just in casuals, so this isn't anybody serious, right? If I was predictive centering, I would just have my center dot. I see him, I've shouldered him over there, I know he's over there, so I'll just challenge like this. But if I didn't know where he's at around this corner, I'm gonna seal this corner, and then basically once I see him, I'm gonna be able to shoot him. Okay, so once again, let's say I don't know he's around this let's see, I don't know where he's at around this tree right here. Okay, obviously I see him. I don't know where he's at around this tree. I'm gonna go ahead and seal him until I see him, and then be able to fire. I'll try to give you guys another example up here. Let's see if we can go find another bot. Let's go up this hill real quick, see if we can find somebody. All right, so we just found somebody right here around this corner. It's another bot. All right, let's say we didn't know exactly where he's at, just for this demonstrational purpose. I'm gonna go over here. We're gonna seal this corner, and then once we see him, wow, he actually almost killed us with the shotgun. Once we see him, we're able to shoot him. But what a lot of you guys will do is you'll kind of like slide around this corner, and then he's over here, and you have to like switch your aim over. But you're already so far out behind cover, he's gonna be able to get shots on you the same time you have to react and shoot over to him, right? Rather than sealing your corners and being ready to shoot right away, because as soon as you see him, you'll be able to shoot him. Whereas before, you kind of just swing this corner and then you have to react further to the left. You might swing this corner and he's over here to the left because you didn't seal it, right? If I'm sealing this corner, I have my aim up ready to go here if he's left, or if he's to the right, boom, I can seal him that way, right? So this concept of sealing, I'm going to show it to you here in a couple example clips. This can be with your centering, right? Just your center dot. I can seal around this corner. If I don't actually know if anybody's here, but I want to just check, I'm going to kind of like seal with my center dot. just with my good centering here, or I'm gonna go ahead and challenge with my irons up ready to fire. Okay, so it's whether they're around corners. Oh, here's another example right here. I don't know where this guy's at, so I'm gonna seal this corner. Once I get to him, I'm gonna fire. My shots were a little bit off right there, but you guys get the point. Sealing around corners. The other thing I want to emphasize, if there is, we know somebody is in this doorway, right? Once again, it seems so basic, but not enough people do it. I want our gun ready in this doorway at all times, okay? It should just be ready to rock. I should be able to, as soon as I see my opponent, I should be able to fire and instantly down them, okay? So rather than kind of coming over here and like looking for them with your camera, make sure your centering is good. But even if you're in the ADS, make sure your aim is good with your sealing. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple clips here where I'm centering and sealing, and also ADS and sealing. All right, let's go ahead and see if you guys can see how we're sealing in this clip. As you can see, we're aiming right at that window seal there. We pop up here. Now watch our center dot here as we pop up here to this window seal. Perfectly along that line. This guy's doing way too much. We don't even take any damage from him, right? It's kind of a nasty heady out there. He ends up quitting. Let's go ahead and back it up so I can show you guys where our sealing happens, which is right here. Okay, as you can see, our center dot is right along. Our center dot is right here, and this right here is the door seal or the window seal, right? Our center dot is perfectly aligned with that. That is my sealing, right? He cannot shoot us from this wall. I always say the same thing. The wall doesn't shoot back and the ground doesn't shoot back. So why are you aiming there, right? Sealing has it. So our center dot is perfectly along that window seal. Is actually why we call it sealing, because we're sealing the edges of walls, the window seals, the door seals. We are sealing our corners, right? So right here, take a look at the center dot while we play the rest of this clip. Keeping it right along that window seal there, able to pick up the easy kill. Let's go ahead and look at another example. All right, here's our next example. Our opponent zips up, hits the zip line, and as you can see right here, we're just sealing the edges. All right, go ahead and see if you can notice it again. I'm gonna back it up. He hits the zip line. We know he's above us. Watch us seal the edges with our pre-aim. We're just sealing the edges. That's all we're doing. We make him make the mistake. We're sealing that edge. He couldn't come from anywhere else but this exact doorway, right? If I pause it right here, I'll wait till he passes us here. We go up here, he jumps down. Where else? He's not coming through the stairs. All right, once again, we just talked about this. He's not gonna shoot us from the stairs, the wall, the ceiling. Why is our pre-aim not perfectly on this door seal right here? And as you can see, we have our sealing set right where we think he's gonna be. And sure enough, he plays right into our hand and we pick up the easy kill once again. All right, last example of sealing, and then we will get into tip number 3, which this kind of has in it as well. So go ahead and pick up if you can see, how do we seal this opponent right here? Go ahead and watch. All right, I think it was pretty dang obvious, but as you can see, we pick up this gun off the ground. We run up here, and once again, our center dot is right where he can be. It's not against the wall. It's not on the ground. It's not facing over here. It is only where we think he could slide down and kill us. Now watch as we move. Whether we're ADS'd or un-ADS'd, we are sealing, or you know, some people call it centering, but when you're ADS or un-ADS'd, I just call it sealing. So we're sealing this corner once again, center dot, right along that ridge wall, along the staircase. Boom. As he comes by, my aim assist kicks in because our centering is good. A lot of your centering is not good. You're not sealing these different corners, so you're not getting that extra aim assist. If I pause it, it gets really blurry. So we're just gonna go ahead and let this play one more time. Once again, sealing this corner, going up the stairs, sealing that edge, and then picking up the easy kill. We're only aiming where we think he actually could be. We're not aiming too low, too high. We're keeping our centering and our sealing perfect. Okay, now this actually transitions really well into point number 3. And pro tip number 3 to win more gunfights is actually ADSing and un-ADSing during your gunfight. Un-ADSing actually resets your aim assist and helps you track your opponents better. So as you can see right here, we're tracking this guy from the hip. We try to get ADS in, but because there's metal bars here, actually trying to shoot through metal, you lose aim assist a lot. So what I try to do is I un-aim assist and then re-aim assist to pick up the kill. We're gonna show you that in this example again right here. All right, so here's another really good example of this ADS and un-ADS. It just helps reset our tracking and our aim assist. So really that's what's gonna happen. The reason I actually un-ADS in this gunfight is because I know this guy's at the top of the stairs right here when he lands in. And sometimes what happens is they like your opponent likes to slide down the stairs, so it's really hard to track. Well, what happens when you try to track them in the ADS only, not only is your ADS sense not fast enough to track them, but also your gun kind of covers your visuals here. So we're sealing this corner like we just talked about, and then boom, I notice my centering is a little bit off. So I try to recenter and grab aim assist again. Okay, there's two reasons we're un-ADSing during a gunfight: is one, to reset our aim assist, and two, is to actually be able to track our opponent better. All right, so we un-ADS'd. He kind of gets under our gun right there, so we un-ADS again and then re-ADS to kill him. So I want you guys to kind of work on this ADS and un-ADS in these close range gunfights to do two things: to reset your aim assist, and two, to track your opponents easier. There you guys have it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions about this. I really do hope this helps you guys out. The reason I haven't uploaded over the last few weeks is actually because I've been working on a private coaching community for you guys. Some of you guys have asked me for one-on-one lessons, for one-on-one coaching sessions, or VOD reviews. And now I'm finally making this available. Obviously, this is going to be a private paid community, as it's going to take a lot more of my time, but I'm going to be able to get individual help for some of you guys that really have been asking for it and that really could use it. So hopefully that will be available here in the next few weeks. So stay tuned for that. As always, thank you guys so much for the love and the support. I cannot do any of this without you guys. So make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new. We're almost to 100,000 subscribers. We almost got that silver plaque. So help us out, man. I'd really appreciate it. Until next time, make sure you guys check out this video right here.